Good evening, and welcome to today's blog. Before we begin, I would like to give a brief introduction about myself for the people who don't know who I am. My name is Akin, and I hail from Maryland. I graduated from Westfield State College with a degree in communications and played 4 years of college ball for the Owls. Ever since high school, I grew a passion for college football. I love to read the stats and look up the storylines as a hobby of mine. So I just recently decided to start shooting my own videos so I can share my knowledge with you. I thank you for your constructive criticism and support. Today's show is going to be a little different. We are halfway through the season, so it's time to start giving recognition to some of the teams and players. Best team, TCU. Yes, TCU. The Horned Frogs are leading the nation in points allowed, especially only allowing 3 points for the past 3 games combined. This defense has done this without Jerry Hughes and Darryl Washington, who left for the NFL. TCU is ranked 5th in the nation and still have a shot to play for the national title. Most disappointing team, Texas A&M. The Aggies are returning most of their starters from last season. I expected them to do well this year. I even had them as my dark horse in the Big 12, the team that should win. Quarterback Jerron Johnson had already thrown 9 interceptions this year, compared to last year when he only threw 8. Von Miller led the nation in sacks last season. He's been blank for most of the year, only grabbing a couple of sacks here and there. It's going to be a long year for the Aggies if they don't turn their season around. Big surprise so far this year, Missouri Tigers. They are starting the season 6-0. They did this with a new receiving core, a low run game, and a new defense. Blaine Gabbert is having a tremendous year, his biggest year so far. He could be a sleeper for this year's Heisman Trophy. The Tigers face #1 Oklahoma this Saturday. This is the biggest test of the year. If they win, big things could happen. You know what I'm saying? Coach of the year so far, Michigan State's Mike D'Antonio. After suffering a heart attack earlier this year, this coach still had his team to remain focused and hungry to win games. I congratulate the Spartans so far this year after starting the year 6-0 for the first time since 1966. The coach who's on the hot seat this year is Steve Spurrier. Ever since joining the South Carolina Gamecocks in 2005, Steve has yet to take his team to the SEC title game. They haven't won anything. They win big games, but lose the games that they should win. It's time to start looking for a new coach, South Carolina. Sorry to say that. My Heisman frontrunner goes to, you guessed it, Cam Newton. Cam Newton is leading the SEC in total touchdowns. We haven't seen this since a guy named, Tim Tebow, who won the Heisman. If he keeps doing what he's doing so far this year, the voters might as well hand him the trophy. Just give it to him. It's a wrap if he keeps doing this. In closing, I would like to give my thoughts and prayers for Rutgers linebacker Eric LeGrand, who suffered a neck injury that resulted in him being paralyzed in the last game. Eric, my prayers and thoughts are for you. Stay strong and stay positive. It will get better. Thank you for watching today's show. I'm Akin. Be easy.